But it's only just begun.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy QuestX, and this is going to be kind of a hard video for me to do, primarily because it definitely forces me to come to the defense of certain fighters. I may not like them personally, but I have to understand and recognize that this is a brutal sport we all love. And sometimes love to hate, These guys put their lives on the line. They fight and for our entertainment and for glory and to be remembered for all time. Because, really, it takes a certain and a special type of person to get in the ring and do what they do. And we have to acknowledge that, regardless of how you may feel about the fighter, regardless of your affiliations with whatever particular promoting circle, you have to respect that these guys put their lives on the lines, and therefore, when they're negotiating and they're considered or being called divas, much like Miguel Cotto, Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather, who else is there? There's Vasily Lomachenko, Orlando Salido. This is why these two can't get on the same page. And when people write comments and when these reports happen, when they say, well, stop being scared, why don't you just want to get into the ring, you're being a little bitch. Let me tell you something. The man you see right here on the screen, okay, is Jermaine Taylor. Jermaine Taylor at one point was a highly touted fighter. He had razor close fights with a legend in the game, which is Bernard Hopkins. Regardless of his coon and ass behavior outside the ring, he still is a legend. Can't deny what he's done. And he had such promise and such aspirations to be the best. And the man suffered a brain injury, and he completely lost his grip and handle on life. And this is why I sat there and I said, these guys, I am a fan of fighters making their money, okay? Even to the extent of Danny Garcia. I know I got down on Danny Garcia earlier before he fought my boy Keith Thurman, and Keith Thurman dispatched of him. My issues with Danny Garcia is that I felt Danny Garcia was trying to hide behind the whole thing where he was just unstoppable when he really wasn't. But when I sat there, he's interested in doing clothing lines and open up stores and stuff like that, which he just recently did. I can't hate on this man's grind, because at the end of the day, when the game is done with him, okay, he don't want to have to rely on everybody else or anybody else. And you got to respect guys for being smart with their money, all right? Because this is a brutal sport. And this is why I'm a fan of guys like Mayweather when it comes to the negotiation table. Andre Ward, definitely being smart with the money that they make, setting it aside and making sure that their families are taken care of. And you got, unfortunately, Jermaine Taylor is now, reports are saying that he's broke. He can't even attend court hearings. He just had to settle a lawsuit with his own family member stemming from an altercation. The man is pretty much a cautionary tale in every sense of the word. When you don't have a backup plan and the game is done with you, don't sit there and end up being like these fighters who they just walking around the gyms. Or in the case of Jermaine Taylor, you can honestly say and sit here and say you probably see Jermaine Taylor, one of those dudes cleaning up gyms years later from now, and guys sitting up there saying, oh, who's that? That's Jermaine Taylor? Nah. This dingy dude sitting up there cleaning up gyms, getting hand-me-outs. You know what I mean? Like, that's the sad reality that Jermaine Taylor is facing right now. And this is why I say I do not ever, when it comes to the business end and the financial end, when it comes to these fighters, no matter what I feel. Why do you think I said what I said about Sergey Kovalev in the Kathy Duba fight? You know what I mean? I said Kathy Duba was robbing him, and that was absolutely disgusting and a travesty. Because again, these promoters line their pockets. They're looking out for them first. They're not looking out for the fighters. You may think they are, but they're not. These guys got to be smarter. You know, look at guys like Mike Tyson. Man don't even own his own name. Man sitting up there buck dancing and cooning just to get a paycheck so he can keep the lights on. You think I want that for guys like Ward? You think I want that for any fighter? To sit there and have organizations buy their name, and thus they just have to continuously work, even when they're retired and they've given their blood, sweat, and tears to the game. This was one of the biggest travesties of Joe Louis's life, man. He was, uno numero, number one example of what happens when you don't take care of your finances. This man died broke. This man died getting hand-me-outs. Joe Louis. Joe Louis. You know, I think part of the latter part of his life, he was living basically on his boys, his famous actors and musicians giving this man money. And this man served his country. But because, again, guys, now, again, Joe Louis had a little bit of a different situation, but the overall message is the same. Look out for you and yours first. By no means does this mean I say start ducking fighters, you know what I'm saying, because you ain't getting the dollars that you want. But I'm saying there's a way to do it in which you can take care of yourself, all right? And then you can take care of your family. So that's really all I got when it comes to this. This is just really sad. I'm leaving a link in the description box for the article for Jermaine Taylor and the whole situation with his cousin. Yeah, man, I used to ride with Jermaine Taylor a lot. I liked him, but this is just sad. And it also makes you wonder what Jermaine Taylor would have been if he had not had the brain bleed, because we don't even really know when the brain bleed happened. It's your boy Quest X. I am out. Peace.